the 9th Sunday of Christmas, Sharon shared with me a gift card holder made from something a little unexpected, an envelope. And inspired by something maybe even a little less expected than what it was made from. Let's see. So I was all set to do an entirely different project for the 12 Sundays of Christmas this week. And then I went to the post office and purchased stamps for my Christmas card. And these are the ones I chose. Look at these colors. Recognize them? Night of Navy. This one can go with a few different ones. It could be Lost Lagoon, although Lost Lagoon isn't quite as vibrant. Could be Coastal Cabana, which is a little bit lighter. Or it could be Summer Splash, which is one of the in colors. And then, of course, this one is, you could either use crumb cake or I'm going to use the basic beige because I think that works great. So, new project. This is going to be super easy and one that you can create pretty easily. It all starts with an envelope. We're making a gift card holder out of an envelope. Yes, we are. So the first thing we'll do is close it and fold it in half. And when you open it, you want to cut off the right flap over here on that wrong side. Now, when you're cutting, probably aren't going to be able to cut exactly on that line. So if you're going to cut on either side, you're going to want to cut on the inside. Same thing over here. Cut on the side that you're going to be saving. There we go. And now we'll lick this to close it. And this is going to be our gift card holder. Don't worry, I've got something there. It's actually a little adhesive. I'm going to be covering that up. Now I have a piece that is 2.5 by 4 inches. That's my basic white piece. And this piece is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And remember, we usually put in an envelope, we put in a card that measures 5.5 by 4 1/4. 4 1/4 fits great. And 2 3/4 happens to be half of 5.5. So we knew that that would fit in there as well. I'm going to just quickly decorate this. I'm going to bring in the big snowflake from the One of a Kind snowflake set. I'm going to do this in Summer Splash. Again, there's a number of different colors. Woo, that's bright. That's a juicy pad right there. Most of this is going to get covered up anyway because this is the section that you're going to attach your gift card to. So just put a little glue dot on the back of a gift card that kind of holds it in place, and then when they remove the gift card, they see the snowflake. Put this right here. So that's going to slip right in there along with the gift card. Right, I took the insert out just because I'm going to be stamping here and I didn't want the edges to interfere. Let's bring in the largest of the 3 small snowflakes. We'll stamp that in Night of Navy. I gotta clean my stamp. It's got Night of Navy everywhere on it. Let's go right there, just like that. And then we'll bring in one of the other colors. Let's say, yeah, let's do the basic beige. Down there. And I'm going to wash this real quickly and then switch to the Summer Splash. Do that on the other side up here. Oop. got a little corner there. It's all right. You're going to be too distracted by some of the other things they see in just a moment. And then the other color is my pretty peacock. So I have those down there. And I'm going to take my basic blue, my Night of Navy, and Greetings of the Season is a set that I just use a ton. It's an online exclusive. There's also one that's Everyday Greetings, but it's this mixed font thing, which I absolutely love. Mount this. Let me get rid of my snowflake so I don't end up putting that where I don't want. I'm going to just ink that with my Night of Navy and put that right here for an inside sentiment. Now, you don't like that little spot? I know I don't like that little spot. So what can we do? That's right, we can stamp some more snowflakes. And in fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some snowflakes and things over here as well, because I want to cover up the fact that this is an envelope, which means I'll need another piece of cardstock. Let's go ahead and bring in a piece of basic white. That'll be very, it won't be very obvious what that is. And then we'll just stamp a bunch of snowflakes. So here, what I'll do is I'm going to stamp off, and then I'll stamp over here again. And it's okay that there's that little splotch. And then maybe we pull in some of those other colors. I'm going to stamp off again, put that over there, and maybe come up here as well. And then we just need to switch colors again and go to basic beige. Now I will say that there is a much faster and easier way to get this result, and that's by using designer series paper. But we're not doing that on this particular version. I will show you quickly at the end how fast it does go together though when you do that. I'm going to stamp off again just because I want to make it not quite so obvious. And maybe I have another one right up here. All right. Put that in. That gives us a little bit of color over at the top. And then we need to stamp on this piece right here. I'm going to fill up with my big pieces first. In general, when you're making your own designer series paper, which is really what I'm doing right here, you want to start with the largest of the images. I shouldn't be stamping directly on my mat, but I think I'm going to get a new one. This one's had seen a lot of action over the years. Let's come in with this color. Look at how fun and fresh these look together. Love it. And then I need to clean this one because that's the same stamp that I use with my basic beige. Starting to get a little tight in here. Okay. And then one more color. We are missing Pretty Peacock, and that was the tiniest little stamp. We'll put here, and maybe up here. Just fill in any of those other little spaces that you see where it needs a little something. And look, we have our own little designer series paper. Take our adhesive. just put that right on the other side here. And then nobody can see where that flap is laid down, so nobody can tell that it's an envelope. Look at that, pretty. I could probably stamp a couple more in here, but I don't want to make it so that I can't really read that. Plus I need a place to sign. All right, so now how do we decorate the front? I have another piece. I have two more pieces that were just like this inside piece right here. And I thought I would refer back to this and do a little bit of color blocking. And I'm not quite sure which direction I want to go here, but let's kind of go that way. So I have some scraps. I'm going to bring that on camera right now. Let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to mimic the look of this postage stamp, sort of. I am going to be using a rectangle of each of the colors. And I've already determined that I want them to be 1 1/8 inch wide because that'll fit nicely on here. So let me bring in my paper trimmer, 1 1/8. And I want them longer than 1 1/8. I think I'll go 1 3/8. So there's my, you can do squares as well, but there's my 1 1/8 of that. 1 1/8 by 1 3/8. I've already cut this one to 1 1/8, so I'm going to cut this to 1 3/8 long. And same thing for my Night of Navy. What color am I missing? I'm missing the basic beige. And that's right here. So 1 3/8. All right. So I've got my 4 colors here. And let's put them down. So let's see, we've got Night of Navy and Summer Splash. Make those top edges align properly. And then I want these guys down here. Oh, my paper trimmer is so bad. I need to get my blades from my class location. All right, and so that's really what I'm gonna have. Let me clean this up a little bit. Sometimes if you just run your fingernail or scissors edge over, that cleans them up pretty well. Kind of cuts off, if you will, the shreds. All right. There we go. All right. So let's adhere some of these down. Again, I like the glue because it gives me some wiggle time. I'm going to do these top 2 kind of at the same time. Kind of lay it down, make sure I have them right up against each other, and then that they're centered. That looks pretty good. All right, and now it makes placing these guys a whole lot easier. Put this guy right here. There we go. And then we'll put this guy in the other spot. Okay. So nice little color block. So it's sort of like this, a little bit different. Yep, you could have left a space, but I'm not going to be putting snowflakes in each one of these spots. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Let me bring in a piece of scrap basic white. And then I also need to bring in the die, the detailed snowflake die from my one-of-a-kind set. Okay, I have my die on a piece of scrap basic white. I know it doesn't look like it's scrap, but it is. Oh, my handle's on the wrong side. run it back through as though I were lefty. And so let's just pop this out, release it from the corner. It comes out very nicely. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that right there in the center. So it's not an exact replica, but it's inspired by it. And then we're going to take some of these fun little snowflake trinkets, or not trinkets, but white loose snowflakes, and then pop them all around as well. Just takes a little bit of glue here. Just really put it on the larger spots. There we go. And put that center right in the center, or the intersection there. There we go. And now let's put on some snowflakes all around. Got a couple of different size snowflakes in there. And to just adhere them, I'm just going to do a little bit of, couple dots of glue. All right, where the bigger dots are, I guess I probably need a bigger snowflake. And these will just need to adhere. I mean, we'll just have to let them set up for a little bit. Clean that up. And now I'm going to stamp a little bit of something down here. Again, I'm going to bring in my greetings of the season, and we'll do Merry Christmas. And what colors shall we do? I think I'm going to do Merry in this color and Christmas in the Night of Navy. So let's get my Merry out. And I think I will start with the Christmas, because that's the larger of the two words. So I want to make sure that I've got that pretty well placed. Christmas is going to be in navy, I said. So navy it is. There's Christmas. And do I want to put Merry up here? Or I think I'll put it over here. Merry Christmas. And we need a gem in the front there. We just need something really sparkly. And we'll go with the old standby of a rhinestone. There. Nice and sparkly. Pretty, pretty. All right, now we are almost done. We'll bring in our card. We need something to keep it closed. I'm going to bring in a pretty substantial ribbon here. This is the white frayed grosgrain ribbon. And you're probably going to need, I don't know, 18 or 20. It just depends on how comfortable you are tying bows. I can do it with about 18 on this. But if you don't mind a little bit of a waste, you can make it larger. So, we have to mount that on our piece of Night of Navy. Now, that might still be wet setting up. looks like the snowflakes are good to go. So I can put the glue on this layer. And we'll center that. Okay. And then we need to put our ribbon on before we put the front on. I'm gonna just take a little bit of glue. Tape runner works great here too. And if you're using a much thinner ribbon, you'll definitely want to use tape runner. Otherwise, well, I guess the glue doesn't show here, but if you wanted to glue on the back, or if you wanted to secure that on the back, you'd want to use tape runner if it was a thin ribbon, just so it would show less. But I'm going to just leave it open, I think. And let's get some dimensionals here. And just to help that ribbon kind of stay sort of in the center-ish, I like to offset these a little bit. So the ribbon's kind of going to go in the middle there, between these two, like right through there. All right. Put this right on the front, right over the ribbon. Not a lot of extra room there, which is great. And there is our gift card. Just tie gift card holder. No gift card in here yet. Just tie that up. Now, if you were going to mail this, I would suggest using a lighter weight ribbon. But if you're going to put this on the tree, then this actually looks nicer. And I'm not going to trim the ends right yet, just because I want to be able to open it and put the gift card in. But that is this version of the treat holder. And it's a great treat because it's the spendable kind. Let's see a quicker version of this. All right, for an alternate version that uses designer series paper instead of stamping, I already have the envelope done, so I folded it in half and I cut off the right flap at the top and I sealed down the left side. I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white and cut that to 4 inches by 2.5. There we go. And this is really a little bit optional because I don't need a white piece to attach to my my gift card to. But it does give a little bit more of a finished look, I think. So let's cut this to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. These are going to get layered together, and this is what will hold our gift card or note inside. Maybe you want to give an experience, and so maybe you don't have a gift card that goes with it, and you just want to make a date and say, hey, this is what we're going to do on New Year's Eve. I'm going to bring in a piece of this sentimental Christmas paper that we used last Sunday, I believe, when we created this swivel top box. All right. And I want to use this side as well. I'm going to use both sides. So I need to cut this piece the same as my white piece. We'll cut actually a little bit larger. So we're going to cut this to the 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 measurement. And 4 1/4. Now I want to I have a certain spot I want to cut it at. 4 1/4. So we have this piece, and that's going to go right here. Just a little decoration over there. That's the inside. And I want to decorate a little something over here. See this trio of presents? I'm just going to fussy cut that out. And I'm not even going to be really very careful with how I cut it out. I'm just going to glue those right there. And I can either stamp a sentiment or write a sentiment in here. Now remember, we need our ribbon before we close anything. So I've brought out this shaded spruce satin and sheer ribbon. So there's a satin part in the middle and sheer on the edges. I'll just wrap this around here. Cut this off. It might be more than I need, but I'm trying to save a little bit of time here. Let's put my stamp and seal on this one. I didn't on the last one. Let's just put some stamp and seal down here. That'll help hold that ribbon in place. Okay. And I can do the same on the back. Ooh, I didn't make my ribbon ends even. I want to try to do that if possible. There we go. Now to do the front, I'm going to take the other piece here. Actually, I can probably use this one. Nope, because I cut through the edge here. Let's take a piece that measures. Well, we want it to go on here, so we'll take a piece that's 2.5 by 4 inches, just what our white was before. So 2.5 by 4 inches. So glue that on there. And this is going to get glued right on there. And we can use dimensionals, or we can just go ahead and use our seal or Seal Plus. There we go. And I had a gold tree left over. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. I'm going to make that a really pretty front. And so we have that, and we just need a little sentiment here. So we could use the For You. We can do this Oh Christmas Tree. I think we've done that before on a project. Do I want the beige? No, I don't want the beige. I think I'll stick with my white. And let's do Oh Christmas Tree in shaded spruce. All right, shaded spruce. Stamp that. I'm also going to fussy cut this just to make it a little extra special. And again, when you're fussy cutting, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just kind of going in and out with the way the stamp goes, or the image goes. You're going to be way more critical of it than anybody who receives it. And notice I'm moving my paper, not my scissors. That'll give you the best results. And so, where can we put this? We can put it right across the middle there. And if I put a dimensional on, if I put a little dimensional on the ends here, kind of spans my tree. There we go. And then, so we have our decorated inside and our decorated outside. Trim our ends. Whoa, that one was quite the angle here. Let's get that a little bit better. And there we go. We can still sneak in a gift card without opening that ribbon. So as long as I don't have to adhere it down, and that works. And so there is just a pretty simple card. Simple gift card holder. You can take the time to make it as special as you want. Well, here's quick and easy. Be really quick and easy if instead of die cutting and stamping, you used some items from the mini catalog, namely what you can find in the beginning. So you could use something from A Little Bit Festive. These are all sorts of die cuts in here. They're not stickers, they're die cuts, so you can just adhere them with regular adhesive or dimensionals. And you know, there's some more ephemera right here that can be found in the Joyful Images set. So that's how you really do it quickly. And that's the 9th Sunday of Christmas. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed Sunday number 9's project. Tomorrow, November 25th, I will be sending out the project sheet that contains the supplies used, the measurements, and the step-by-step instructions. That will go to everyone on my email subscriber list. If you are not currently subscribed, check out the description of this video for the sign up link. You'll want to sign up today so that tomorrow you'll get the email. Tomorrow's email also has the project sheets for the card that I did on this past Friday Night Live. Well, Friday Night Not So Live. So print them out, put them in a binder so that when you're stuck for ideas of what you can do, you'll have somewhere to start. Have a great week ahead.